Why do we suffer at the hands of these politicians? Don't you know politicians work for you? You're the boss. You hire them and you fire them. Look at their campaign. You know what they do? They audition.
Yeah!
When you put them on the job, if they're not doing the job, then you fire them. Because you're in control. From the city to the state to Congress to the president. You run this.
Well, hello, Talk Labor fans. We're back again, and we're having a great time. We're having a great time. Getting great feedback from you, so I'm really happy about that. We're back in the groove again, and hey, we're just loving it. We're just loving it. You know, before we get into, we got a lot of stuff we're going to get into today. But before we get into it, I want to know how many bowlers do we have watching this show? You know, bowlers, because there are quite a few bowlers out there. So how many bowlers do we have watching the show? You know, I'm going to show you a clip. The biggest bowling league in the country, and it's called the Men Over 55. I got to really congratulate these gentlemen because they are very respectful. They're the largest bowling league in the country, some say in the world, but largest in the country. Been in the newspapers, on television, talking about it. And these are seniors, and it's called Men Over 55. You got to be 55 years old or better in order to be in this league. Now this league has about 40 teams, no, not about, have 40 teams, and with about 70, 80 people waiting on the wall trying to get into the league. So, you know, it's just amazing. It's just amazing how well this league is handled. Now, what I want to do right now, I want to show you an interview that I did with a couple of the people that are in this league and been in this league for a while. Okay? I'm going to show you that interview right now.
Frank Moore, Frank. Yeah, this is Frank Moore right here. He's one of the patriots in the league. He's been around for a while. Runs the pots.
He runs the pot.
Yeah, he runs the pot. He runs the
pot. Take it alone.
Ain't nothing like. This is the Men Over 55. So team, what's your team doing, Frank? Is your team winning or losing or?
No, they 1-1.
1-1?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. All right, thanks, Frank. All right, this is Joe Miller, secretary. Been secretary for I don't know how long in this league. Oh, I'm sorry. Secretary and treasurer.
No, I'm not treasurer.
You used to be secretary and treasurer.
Yeah.
But now you're secretary.
Yeah.
And been in this league for, oh well, he just run the league. Ain't no league without Joe. This is the #1 league in the country.
Yeah.
Men Over 55. Been there forever. How's it been, Joe? Is it like, is bowling the same now as it used to be? Is bowling the same now as it used to be, or is it different?
No.
Different, huh? Everything different. Better or worse? Or the same?
Our league is better because we don't have a whole lot of stuff and we don't have a whole lot of pots. You know, we don't pots is under control where you can't just take money and leave.
Right.
The prize fund is not top heavy. The prize fund is evenly split among the bowlers. Average age in the league is 93.
Yeah.
We got 5, 6 guys 93. A whole lot of 80s.
Wow. These guys can bowl too.
Yeah.
They ain't playing.
93 is still bowling.
Still bowling.
Still bowling. And then bowling every other week.
Yeah.
These guys can't shut them out.
Wow. Hey, well, you did a good job, y'all. You know, putting it together, the league together, and keeping it together.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's a fight every day to keep it together, but you're keeping it together.
When I started, we didn't have the whole house.
Yeah.
I think we was on down the main 26.
Yeah.
And then we built from 26 all the way to 40.
Wow.
And our team averaged 8 men on the team.
Wow.
So we got 200 people on the floor and we got 78 people on the wall.
Wow. That's wonderful. Well, thanks a lot, Joe.
All right.
Oh, no, tell me that. This is House Cat. House Cat been bowling for a while.
70 years.
70 years. How old are you, House Cat?
90.
90. You ain't no 90, man. You 90? I know you.
What the hell I was? I'm bring my camera.
Well played. Ain't no women in the league. This is House Cat, 90 years old, and can bowl his butt off. All right, this is World War II vet, Ollie Blanchard.
I'm gonna bring your doggone camera.
He's one of the bowlers that's been over 55. And Ollie been, how long you been in this league, Ollie?
Oh God, we came from Evergreen Park here. I had no idea how.
Well, you know, you in the armed forces back in World War II. We gotta do some things for you, man. Because we really appreciate all you did for us. So, hey, man, and thanks for reminding me about Veterans Day. It won't happen again. We won't forget that again. It's Ollie Blanchard. Thanks, Ollie.
Now, you see what I mean about that? You got a guy 90 years old. Do you believe he's 90? You know, it's hard for me to believe it. I saw his driver's license. He's 90 years old. Cat can bowl, man. He wins money. House Cat. House Cat. He's bad, I'm telling you. And then Joel has been around for a long time. I work closely with him. And then Ollie, he's a World War II veteran. Everybody say he's mean, but that's my buddy, man. Ollie is my buddy. So, you know, I'm going to talk to you. Now, let me talk to you about the tournament that we are talking about having. Now, a group of us has gotten together, and we're gonna have a tournament with teams, you know, the top 5 teams from a lot of leagues are going to compete against each other at the end of the year. It's sort of like what baseball do, what basketball do, like Olympia Lanes. I've talked with management there. They're on board 100%. I've talked with Lakewood management. They're on board 100%. We're going to be talking to you about that and giving you updates on that. And there's going to be some real good money in that. We're going to try to guarantee, we're going to attempt to guarantee the first place team at least $2,000. And, you know, we want to keep it so that you don't have to put up a whole lot of money to get that. And then we'll pay out all the way down, and we're going to try to keep it so that the teams or whoever enters will get all of the money back. I'm not looking to make money off of it. I'm trying to let the teams do it because we want to keep bowling alive. You know, keep bowling alive. But anyway, we're going to do that, and we're going to be talking to you more about that. Next week, when we talk about bowling, we're going to talk about the TNBA. The TNBA. And that's the National Bowling Congress. It's really a black-run organization, similar to the USGA, USGA, USBC. I'm sorry. I play golf, and I'm into the golf thing, so that's where I went to just now. But the the Bowling Association that we have kind of like have a problem with right now, but the TNBA. We want you to start thinking about that because they still give you your awards when you win your awards. We'll talk about that. I'm gonna try to have Brother Thomas Tolbert on with me next week. Okay? So we're gonna do this. We're gonna take a break and we're gonna come right back, and I want to introduce you to my guest today. And we're gonna bring up some things that I think is very important to union leaders and unions and middle class workers. We're going to be talking about the city of Chicago and things that really involve you. So we'll be right back right after this break. Okay, we're back, and as I promised you, I have a guest with me today. A lot of y'all know him. He's like my research engineer, does a lot of work for me. I got a new book coming out. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. So I want you to welcome my guest, Brother Ronald Roach. Right?
Hey, Jerry.
Hey man, good to see you again.
Good to be back.
Hey, how's everything going?
Pretty good.
You know, I've been trying to get people in the union to understand what's going on and all the things that, you know, that they're faced with, all the things that we've done for them,
Right.
you know, up to this point, and how they got to really kind of fend for themselves right now, because we got to move on.
Right.
You know? So, you know, what do you think about what?
Well, I think if they realize what has been done, then I think they would do a lot better, because the things that are happening now, they're hiding the fact that so much was done previously. And it kind of it really does offset all the things that we fought for about 30 years ago, back 30 years ago.
Right.
And it
Right.
looks like they're giving it all away, you know.
Yeah, well, they are giving it away. One of the things I'll bring up, and you know, we got to just tell the truth.
Right.
And you know, a lot of people get hurt by the truth, but I'm not. So if you tell me the truth about myself, I'm not hurt about it. One of the things that happened when I was in as president, here's some of the things that I accomplished as president. First, got you the highest increase ever in pay.
Right.
$3 per hour
Right.
in pay increase,
Right.
with no increase in health care premiums. Nothing else comes out. That's a free $3 an hour,
That's right.
which adds up to, if you just work the straight time, not the overtime, just work straight time, adds up to $6,240 a year increase that you got.
Right.
And make sure it didn't be taken away from you somewhere else
Right.
down the line.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's what's happening with the guys today.
Right.
Right now, well, let's just go on down the line. Like I said, that was with the contract that I negotiated in 2001, and all this stuff you can go and check for yourself, or we have it here. You can check with CTA or the union. Well, go to the CTA and check, because they have it in Human Resources. Zero increase in health care
Right.
premiums. Made sure, that's what I did when I negotiated, made sure that didn't happen. And got you the only pension increase in the history of the pension plan.
How old is the low? How old is the ATU?
The ATU came into existence in 1902, so that's 115 years old.
Okay. You know, and that's something. You think about this. In 115 years,
115 years.
you got the largest pay increase in 115 years. Now, $3 an hour, that's $6,240 a year. That's just say in 10 years, that's almost $70,000. It's over close to $65,000.
That's true.
Now, and like you mentioned, the only pay increase in the 115 years for the pensioners. In 115 years, they've only got one pay increase.
Right.
One in 115 years.
Right.
It increased $600 a month. That's a $600 increase.
$600 increase.
Now you think about the
That's
people
if you retired
That's
after 2001.
after 2001.
When I did the contract.
When you did the contract. Now I know some people have been retired over 28 years. I know a young man, he been retired 28 years.
Yeah.
So that's almost $180,000 more
Wow.
that he's gotten. All because of what?
That's if he retired after 2001.
After 2001, yeah.
Right.
You know?
So that would give him, had to be
Yeah,
16.
yeah,
16
yeah. So you figure 60,000 for 10, and if you had 30, he's gotten close to $100,000.
Yeah.
Anybody retired after 2001 and been retired since then, they've gotten close to $100,000 more on
Than
their
they would
pension
have gotten.
Than they
had
would
I
have gotten.
Right. And that has not changed since the pension came into existence. That was 1949.
1949.
1949.
68 years.
Never changed the formula, which was 1.85. I moved from 1.85 to 2.15.
Yes, you did.
Everybody knows that. I moved the cap from 62.5% to 70%. And you can see that on this graph that we have here. You know, and if you don't know how to calculate your own pension when you get ready to retire, here's the formula.
Okay, right.
A lot of your union leaders don't even know how to calculate
That's right.
the formula. And you do, and they should be giving this to you. Because, you know, if you're in the dark, and I don't knock you for not knowing, because if you don't know, you're supposed to be educated by
That's
the
right.
people that's representing you. And if they're not doing that, then there's a big problem. Big problem. One of the reasons I have problems with what's going on, people say, Jerry, why do you care? Well, it's just like if I build a house and I give it to my kids and they start tearing it down and giving it away. I got problems with that.
That's right.
I got problems with that. Now, not only me, you had other leaders prior to me that contributed to building this, you know,
Right.
union to where it is, but you know, now you're starting to give it away. They gave away their premium pay,
That's right.
meaning that we used to have it so that if you worked on a holiday, you got time and a half, meaning you got 8 hours plus 4. That's because they're asking you to come out and give up your Christmas.
That's right.
Give up your, you know, so they had to pay you time. You know what they did? When
Gave
I
up
say
the
they,
premium
I'm
pay.
talking about the
The union leaders
union leaders gave up
gave up the premium pay.
gave it up. That's 4 hours, you know, pay. And yeah, I could see it running if they got something for it. Maybe if you got a big pay raise or you got some big bump.
Nothing.
They got nothing for it. They just gave it
Just
away.
gave it away. Yes, they did.
I just found out that they gave up. They almost destroyed the pension. If we hadn't if jumped in and
Right.
you, me, and others hadn't jumped in and did what we did when we did it, they would have destroyed the pension.
Yes, they would have.
They did destroy it they screwed it up for the active members. You know, they screwed it up for the active members. So, but I just found out that they've been hit with a $40 deduction from their pay for the insurance.
Right.
$40 coming out of their paycheck. And not just one time. Now, this is going to be an ongoing deduction. Then I found out also they're going to get hit with another one in January.
January.
Yes. Another $40. Now, this is before the contract is negotiated.
Now this
the
is
last
$40
contract.
a payday.
$40 a payday out of their check. And this is for this is before the contract
Right.
is even negotiated. This came from the last contract they did. That's what I mean about what's going on with you guys. Do you understand what's going on with labor?
No, they don't.
They don't
No,
think they do?
they couldn't.
Well,
No. It's almost impossible for you to understand what's going on and this is happening and you do nothing about it.
Well, I looked at, they're talking about people running for office now, and 308 has an election coming up.
Right.
And you be having these Facebook articles out. I don't look at them, I really don't, because I know it's a bunch of guys. It's so, they be so, I'm gonna just tell you like this, be so immature till it ain't even funny. It's not even funny. Now, one, I saw where they said that this one candidate at Local 308 is running for, this female is running for a office, and say that she's part of the next governors of Illinois' political team. Who is the next governor of Illinois?
She don't know yet.
She don't know, and nobody. Don't go out there saying that, because you don't know. Tell the truth to your members. Don't tell lies to get the vote, because once you get in there, you can't hold up to those lies. I'm trying to tell you young people this. You can't hold up to those lies, so don't do that. Don't do that, okay? But what do you think? What do you think we're gonna do with the union people? I mean, you got so much stuff coming down. Like I talked about last time, that Bruce Reynolds got a bill in. Not just Bruce, but a lot of governors, Republican governors, where they're trying to attack the unions and And I hope this person's not talking about if Roundler gets, what's his name, Roundler gets back in there, that you're on the political team, because this man is trying to destroy you. They're trying to destroy you.
She made that statement because it sounds good to somebody that don't know any better.
Yeah, that's true. And unfortunately, folks, we tell you this. Ronnie and myself and people that's been around, do your due diligence. Go and study these people. Go look up their history. See what they've done. If they've done anything. See what their education is about. See if they have the common sense to be union leaders. Because this is your livelihood. You know, I'm looking at some stuff that I don't like. They're coming after you. They're coming after you tooth and nail. They want to take away the privilege that you have of having the company take your union dues out of your check. Now, if the company don't take the union dues out of your check, guess what? 80% of the people are not going to pay union dues.
Not going to pay.
5 years you won't even have a union because you're not going to have real representation. So you got to get involved. You got to go and meet with your international people, talk to them, find out what's going on. They put that bill before the Supreme Court. They pushed it down to the Supreme Court the last time, a few years ago. That was it when Judge Scalia was alive, had lived. That would have been the end of unions as
That's
you
right.
know it.
It would have passed.
You know, you were blessed with that. I wouldn't say you're blessed with somebody's death, but you were blessed with that. Now, the reason that happened because the Republicans had 5 judges on the Supreme Court that would have ruled in favor of what Brown and them wanted. But he died, so it was 4-4. The appellate court had already ruled against that. So they had to go with what the appellate court said. Because the 4 Democrats was going to fight it.
Right.
And so it would have been a draw and they knew it, so they just left it alone. Now they want to put it back on again. They're coming back again. Because they got that 5th judge now. We tried to tell people, get off your ass and go vote.
That's right.
Go vote. That fool wouldn't have been in there had you put Hillary Clinton in there. No way she would have put another Republican judge in there at the Supreme Court. Y'all don't know how important that is. This is your livelihood. We done did ours.
That's right.
We got out. We sitting back and we enjoying the hell out of it. We want you to be the same way. You better fight though. You better fight. We ain't gonna fight for you. You better fight.
You better realize what you're up against. Your whole life is at stake.
And your family.
And eventually they will do away with the pension funds.
They will. They will.
If you don't stand up, start fighting and taking notice and questioning your leaders about what they're doing,
Right.
you will end up losing your pension. You will end up losing your pension.
That's true. That is true. And one of the things people don't know too, like we have what is called a defined pension plan.
Right.
They won't even allow them anymore. You can't do defined pension plans anymore. Out. Republicans in control, out. You won't have defined. What defined pension plans are, where a group of people put their money together and they form a pension. And that is sanctioned and they cannot take that pension away from you. They invest, but they can't take it away from you. It is a pension and you're in control of how it's vested and invested. What they want to do is give you a 401k now. Mm-hmm. The same thing that Bernie Madoff stole everybody's money.
They stole $55 million.
And then, you know, if you get a 401k and you're doing great, if it goes belly up, well, tough, you ain't got nothing coming. But with your defined pension plan, you cannot. Right. That won't ever happen.
It's protected by state law.
Exactly right. So they don't want you to have that anymore. They attack your defined pension plan. So you got to understand how important that is. We started, when I came on, it was $800 million in that plan. Uh-huh. When I left, it was $2 billion we had built it up.
2.4.
2.4 billion we had built it up to. And when I walked out of there, all of a sudden, the pension's going belly up. We can't do A, B, C, and D. They went down and passed a bill and stole the pension from these guys that were in charge. Bad thing about it, one of the people that were in charge when they stole it, he got voted out of office, okay? But when the younger people came on, they didn't know about that. And somehow they put him back in office
again.
and he right back at it again, talking about trying to take things away from the retirees. He knows who he is. I will speak to him anytime. He can come on my show. He could call me a liar and show me. Or if he wants me to come to his place and call me a liar and show me, I'll show him where this man has no clue of what's going on. But I'm here to protect that plan.
That's right.
Ronnie is here to protect that plan. We're going to do that. But you all better protect your livelihood. Protect your livelihoods, because if you don't, ain't nobody going to do it for you. Okay?
You know, I made a mistake. Bernie Madoff stole $50 billion.
I thought it was more than 50
billion.
Yeah.
$50 billion he stole.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Jerry, I'd like to add something. When unions became strong, what was they got up and passed the bill in the middle of the night?
Yeah, they did. They did. Taft-Hartley
Act.
Mm-hmm.
These people got up and passed, the politicians got up in the middle of the night, called a session, and passed a bill to stop unions from getting control of their pensions.
Their own pensions.
Their own money.
Yeah.
They said, because if we allow them to control their own money, there would be no court in the land that could stop them. They would be that powerful.
Yep.
The Taft-Hartley Act.
Yeah.
That was to stop unions from being in control of their money.
Right. Their own money.
Their own money, yeah. So you have to understand what you're up against.
Yeah.
Do you realize at that time when you left office, for the amount of people that we had the strongest pension in the country.
Our pension at one time had gotten up to it was overfunded.
Right.
Every dollar that we had was worth $1.04. We were overfunded.
Right.
$1.04. That's how strong our pension was.
Right.
And how did all of a sudden this happen? Well, the CTA, they try to, you know what they do? They try to blame it on the people. Well, you know, this happened and the pensioners, no. When they did an actuary, they found out that, and we knew it all the time after I left there, CTA stopped making their contributions.
Stopped making their contributions.
They did. They stopped making their contributions. And nobody checked them on it. And they went for about 2 to 3 years of not making their contributions.
Right.
This is why your pension went down. But then when they did that, they stopped making the contributions. Mike Madigan put a bill in that said CTA got to pay $200 million every year until that pension is solvent again.
Right.
I got a copy of the bill, folks, if you want to see it. CTA then went down in Springfield along with the unions and got them to pass a bill that put the burden back on the backs of the people that already had put their money in. That's what happened. This is why we went after them. We kicked their butts, halfway kicked their butts, because we saved it for the pensioners. And the only reason active members didn't get theirs, because every other entity in the state, they won. Totally. The only reason the active members didn't get theirs was because the union, the ATU unions, signed off and agreed with them.
That's right.
The only reason that they didn't burn the retirees that were retired before 2007 was because the unions don't represent the retirees. If the unions had to represent us, we'd been in trouble too. So that's what I'm talking about. You got to protect yours. We protect ours, but when we left, you know, you guys start putting people in there that were totally not capable of doing what they need to do. Have no clue. They didn't get any training. They didn't just go in there. Take me off the bus and I'm your president. Take me off the train and I'm your president.
Right.
Do you have any training? You have any history? You got anything? No, don't need none. And you go in there and get chewed up and spit out by the Chicago Transit Authority. Because you don't know how to ask, you don't know how to talk to other people that don't. You just go in there thinking you know. So but I'm beating you up. I'm saying this to you. You can say, well, who is he? My name is Jerry Williams Sr. If you don't know who I am, What does he have? Why does he have a stake in it? Well, I got people that I love that work there. And if I didn't have people I love to work there, I know that you are the biggest African American job in the city of Chicago. Mm-hmm. This is the only one where you are the majority. Like police department, it's a few of you on there. They are way the majority, even though you outnumber them in the city, but they control that. Fire department, you are a minority of the fire department, even though it's more of you in the city than it is anybody else. Okay, that's two. Now the third big one is Chicago Transit Authority. You are in control. You got way the majority, but they're taking away all your power, all your money. They say, yeah, go out there and work. We're going to take your money from you. Now they're taking all your money, and Rounder wants to take even more than that. They, Rounder, you know, he claims that Mike Madigan is the devil, and he should, and they try to, and the media tried to attack him and kill him. And thank God for Mike Madigan.
That's right.
Because if that man wasn't who he is and stand up to these oligarchs, they would have swallowed you up a long time
Destroyed
ago.
us.
They would have destroyed us a long time ago. So y'all know who you're fighting for. You got around on TV now, got some old jackleg governors like from Wisconsin and all around there talking about, thank you, Mike Madigan. Mike Madigan not run for governor. You know, he's not running for governor. You all know that. So you want to try to make him the bad guy and all that because you have nothing to cling to. Nothing to cling to. Now, we'll stay here all night talking about Mike Madigan and all those. I mean, them clowns like Rounder and, you know. And unions, get off your duff. Get smart. Stop trying to be thinking you're slicker than everybody else. This is people's livelihood. If you don't know what the hell you're doing, please step back. It's okay. I know you want to get that money and all that stuff. Step back. It's more money in you having a great union than it is for you to put a little bit in your pocket trying to be a union guy. Pick the best people, best man or best woman for the job. Okay? Enough of that. That's enough of that. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and talk to you about the lawsuit and the coalition. We'll be right back right after this.
Why? Why?
Why are you following me?
Why my hoodie make me look suspicious?
Why does my music make me dangerous?
Why are people that are supposed to protect me attacking me?
Why are you afraid of me? Why do you think I'm dangerous?
Why do I afraid of people who are supposed to protect me?
Why can't I make a peace sign without you labeling a gang sign?
Why does standing your ground only work when I'm on the ground?
Why do you show this photo over this one?
Why do you only stop and frisk me?
Why do you have low expectations for me?
Why can't I run down the street without causing alarms?
Why do you think I'm a thug?
Why do you assume I'm armed?
Why can I breathe?
Why is my mom scared every time I leave the house?
Why are you targeting me?
Why am I a target?
Why?
Why? I know why.
And it has to stop.
It must stop.
Because I have dreams.
Because I can change the world.
Because I will make a difference.
Because I have a family.
Because I am strong.
Because I'm talented.
I have a voice.
I can find a cure.
I have goals.
I can lead the country.
I am determined.
I have a future.
Because I'm a scholar.
I am powerful.
I'm someone's friend.
I'm someone's brother.
I'm someone's son.
Someone loves me.
And because my life matters too.
My life matters.
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 Our lives matter.
And so did theirs.
Hey, we're right back, and we're talking about the lawsuit. Been meeting with the attorneys, and we're setting up and getting ready to present our response to the CTA, they want to know who my grandmama's boyfriend was. I mean, they ask all kind of questions, anything that they can find to try to, grab a straw. In this case that we have, that we had the Supreme Court rule in our favor, so we have to go back to the court, to the the circuit court.
Right.
Can't go no further than that. Ain't nobody gonna be appealing after that, but got to go back there, and we'll be going to court in about 4 or 5 days. Okay, and we'll get an idea of where things are. We can't tell you what day things are going to be resolved, but we can get an idea of where it is, and we will be back to fill you in on what the judge said on this show. If something big comes down, we're going to call the coalition together. And Ronnie, you want to explain to them what the coalition is?
The coalition is a group of people, pensioners, that really, in essence, got together and started coming together to protect the pension. Because we had nobody looking out for us, so we decided to come together and get a group of people together, start an organization to protect our own pension, to protect ourselves, really.
The law, there was a bill passed that stipulated that pensioners should be sitting on the board to represent themselves.
Right.
And that was House Bill 656.
656.
And when I looked in the, and I've always had questions about that. When I looked in the pension book, and you look on the committees, you always had that right.
Mm-hmm.
You always had that right. But nobody ever seriously took it because you had block votes, and the other people sitting on there didn't really matter. Well, they matter now because they are not representing pensioners.
Right.
As a matter of fact, they wrote a brief for the CTA against the pensioners.
Yes, they did.
These are labor people from the trade unions that wrote a brief against the pensioners. They're supposed to be with labor. They went totally against the ATU locals. The ATU locals are the ones that put the money in there. These guys didn't put nothing in there. Mm-hmm. This trade union, they're not even supposed to be sitting there. So that's why the coalitions were formed, and it's going strong. It's about 500 strong now, but we're looking to get somewhere around 5,000.
Right.
And that's where we're going. But right now, it's really good. It's really strong. And what's great is that pensioners are getting educated on some stuff that they should have been educated on a long time ago.
Right. They should have.
And we are doing that now, and we're showing them the facts on paper. What they should be doing, where they're at right now, and what the future looks like. Because pensioners are living a much longer time than they used to. That's one of the reasons that they want to take that money from you.
But ours is the only pension plan in the country that don't have a pensioner sitting on the pension board. I don't care wherever you go, whatever they have a defined pension plan.
Mm-hmm.
All pensions have a pensioner sitting on the pension board. We're the only one entity in the country that don't have it.
Post office?
Everybody. Post office, police department, fire department, state workers. Teachers.
Everybody have a pensioner sitting on that board. As an official board member.
That's right.
Official trustee. And the law says that we're supposed to, and we will. And we're moving in that direction. We will have it soon. And it will be ongoing. We're not going to let people take it.
Right.
They may take the job away from you, but they can't take that pension away from you. So that's something that they're obligated to contribute to until pensioners, they are no longer. It's a CTA and no longer pensioners. So that's going to be something I think that's going to be fantastic once that coalition is done. And I want to say to you coalition guys, keep the good work up. You're doing a great job out there.
Fantastic job.
Great job. And if people come to you, if they don't have proof, we're not going to hear you sing no damn canary songs to us. Bring the proof with you, whatever you say, whatever you're talking about. Okay? So, I think you probably covered the pensioners.
Right.
Pretty much. One thing I want to say before we get ready to wrap it up here, and that is that Evergreen Park. I got to tell you this. In Evergreen Park is 74% white. Okay? But the police, when they issue out tickets, 67% of their tickets are issued to black people. Now, understand what I said now. 74% of the people in Evergreen Park is white. But they issue tickets out, and then 67% of the tickets, when they stop people to give them tickets, are black. Explain that to me, man. How does that math add up?
I'm not that smart. I can't.
Add that up for me, because I thought I was pretty good at math.
Me too. Not that good. Can't add that up.
So when they, I think it was Channel 7 or Channel 2, when they went and did a survey, they was out there doing a survey, and they watched it. They said that, yeah, while they was out there, the only people got tickets were black. You know, the police didn't know they was watching. So when they went to the police department and asked them about it, they said, well, you know, it's because blacks drive through here all the time, you know. What kind of answer is that?
So you write me a ticket because I drive through Evergreen Park?
That's what he said. That's what he said. Blacks drive through here. That's why we give the ticket. Okay. My suggestion to black people that go through Evergreen Park, and you know what that is, around 95th Street. You know, don't drive through there. As a matter of fact, don't stop there to eat food. Don't stop there to buy anything. Don't go there or go around them. In other words, boycott them. They want you to come in there and spend your money, but we're going to make some more money off you by giving you tickets that you don't deserve. We're going to give you 67% of the tickets, and you only got 26% of the people live in the area. How do you figure that?
Racism is alive and well.
Is that what you think is racist?
Yes, sir.
You think it might be racist?
I know so.
I think you might be right. But you know what? That's not a surprise. We have to, if these people are not going to do what they're supposed to do, we got to train them and make sure they do it. The way you train them, you go to the polls and you vote.
That's right.
And you stop buying in areas where people treat you like that. You stop doing that. Anybody live or go through Evergreen Park and buy anything, you can buy it somewhere else. Whatever they got there, you can buy it somewhere else. There's nothing great there. So when they're doing that kind of stuff, stop it. Don't go through there.
That's right.
Don't go through there. Ronnie, we're gonna just about wrap this up, but you know I always do this before we wrap it up. I always like for us to get a little bit of our history.
Right.
And the historians this time, and I like doing the entertainment thing, but we got so many professors and scientists and stuff. We're gonna get into that too at the end of our show. But these young men here, all three of them, a whole bunch of them, they lived a great life back in the day, and I try to go back to then. Cab Calloway and two people I'm telling you that just unbelievable. They're so damn talented. The Nicholas brothers.
Yes, sir.
Were they talented?
Yes, sir.
They were the most talented. I couldn't believe it. And they said that these guys didn't have to have a lot of practice. They could just
naturally.
I mean, but you know what? Better than us talking about it, we're gonna let you see it. We're gonna go out on that, okay? But keep this in mind. If you have a situation and nobody's listening to you, talk to us. Talk to us at talklabor@gmail.com. Send us an email on that. If it's a problem, send it, and we'll talk about it on here, okay? But we're gonna go out, Ronnie, with I think some of the greatest entertainers I've ever seen in my life.
Yes, sir.
Okay? We'll see you again next week on Talk Labor, right here.
What you gonna say that gay? Oh boy! What you gonna say that gay? Palomar, Shalimar, Swanee Shore. Let me dig this jive once more, boy. Right on down to the gate. Oh boy! Gotta take time to the gate. Now can't you hear those hepcats call? Come on, boys, let's have a ball. The jim jam jump it, the jumping jive makes you dig your jive on the mellow side. Hep hep. Hip hip. The jim jam jump is a silent jive, makes you 9 foot tall when you're 4'5". Hep hep. Hip hip. Now don't you be that inkaroo, get hip, come on, and then you follow through. You get your study full, you make up the joint and jump the like the gators do. Jim jam jump is a jumping jive, makes you like your eggs on the Jersey side. Hip hip. Hip hip. The jim jam jumping jive makes you hep hep on the Mahala side. Diddly boodly boodly fiddly bumpity diddly diddly bang 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 da da. Now I've told you about the jumping jive. Jim jam jump the jumping jive. You got to dig this mellow jive. Yes, yes, you dig it on the mellow side. A boodly 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 boy. Boodly boodly boy. Fiddly birdly gay. Boodly giddy bumpity gaga. A boodly giddy jive boy. Going to ga gang the bomb bomb. See the night the boy.